What's good, people? It's your boy AshOnCam and welcome to my upload on this YouTube channel. First thing I'm going to ask you to do is like, comment and subscribe as this video goes ahead. I know you can see me talking in this video, but however, I didn't have the energy. So I decided I'm going to do a voiceover for this video instead. Today I'm going to be reviewing the XbotGo Chameleon. So before I had a product from XbotGo, and it was sort of like an AI tracker. It wasn't as good. The quality of it started to get a bit phasey, so I had to send it back 6 months later. And then I came across the XbotGo Chameleon, and I need something to track basketball games. Sometimes I might take it to my little brother's football games as well to track his football games. And because it does multi-sports as well, I think it's very great and very versatile. So I had to order it and test it out and try it out myself. So, looking at reviews, there's a lot of people that were complaining about, they always took months and months to come. However, I ordered mine and I think within a week or two, it was here, and I'm all the way in the UK. So I'm quite impressed with the service. So that's a good review for myself. Apologies to anyone that's had obviously a different experience and a bad experience. I can only talk from my experience, and which is good. As I got the box out of the box, I could feel something tapping in there. And it was a bit, I was like, oh, I hope nothing was broken in there. But as I unboxed it, it seemed it was only the remote that was, not secured in there, which is good because nothing was broken. I would have been very annoyed if something was broken. So inside you get a little data cable, and then you get the XbotGo Chameleon itself. This can be charged as you go as well. The remote connects to the app, and also obviously the Chameleon connects to the app, which I will do a walkthrough. So this is sort of like a first-hand user experience. There might be, I'm not even sure if there's one out there at the moment. There might be, but I'm hoping there's something different in my video that you can take from, and that probably wasn't in all the other videos. I'm going to try and go through a lot, but from first-hand experience and how I feel about the product, if that makes sense. It's just my point of view. So I'm sorry if I've missed out anything. Any questions that you do have, just leave them in the comments below and I will try and answer them as best as possible. So with the Chameleon, I've seen people complaining about the bottom bit, where you screw it on. From getting out the box, I could tell it's just a little bit flimsy. You can see me playing around with it there. It's a little bit flimsy. I wasn't too sure about it, but we'll see how it goes when it's on the field. So I've got it connected to the app. As I turn it on, there's some lights, which is brilliant. I thought that was quite cool. And, as it sort of connects or, emits a signal, the app picks it up pretty much straight away. And then you just obviously press connect and it comes up with the connecting icon. And then there you go. It's connected now. With the remote, it does the same thing. As soon as you turn it on, it will pop up in the remote section as well. And again, it's just a quick connection, and it connects pretty much straight away, which is quite good if you're sort of on the field. Like with myself, I play, so I will set it up and leave it in the middle of the court, and probably give someone the remote to just help me track it in case it loses tracking, which sometimes it does. So as I connected it, I had about a gazillion updates to do. I think there was about 2 or 3 updates to do, and it did update to the latest version. Now we can sort of go through the app and the user experience of the XbotGo Chameleon 2. So recording mode, obviously it's basketball. I'll set it up. Obviously I'm in my house at the moment, so I'm not too sure how it's going to work with the tracking. I'm probably not even going to try and track it in the house. But what I'll do is I'll take it on the field for my first basketball game with the Chameleon and just see how it does. The setting up process, as you can see, you sort of put the phone in a clamp in between with the guides, and then it will tell you where to pull it in the court, which is obviously in the middle of the court to track left and right. And it also gives you the height of the tripod in terms of how high it should be to give you the best tracking experience. I ordered a tripod from Amazon, which was about, I think it's 6'9". I'm about 6'3" myself, so 6'9" was brilliant because as long as it's taller than me and it can see above me, that's good. So yeah, like as I said, this video is not in sync at all, so don't mind what I'm saying. I just thought to do a voiceover because the first video I didn't really have the energy like that, and I thought I could just do a voiceover with more energy, more explanation, and it sounded a bit muffled as well in terms of the talking. It sounded like I was mumbling. But yeah, that is the app, and that's the app setup. You can see it's got quite some few features in there. There is an option to track your scoreboard if you want to track your scoreboard live. That means someone will do it manually. So you go on the link there, you enter the code, and then it comes up on obviously the other device or laptop or whatever, and then you can do the scoreboard live, providing obviously you have internet connection. The only bad thing about being in places sometimes is in the courts. Sometimes the internet isn't good, so sometimes it's hard to even live stream the game, so I have to just set up a recording. But as you can see here, just for a run through, I have set up the scoreboard. Team names at the top, obviously you can select colors of whatever the color of the kits are, and yeah, as if the score, you can change it 1, 2, 3 3-pointers, 2-point game, or if they get a free throw. Even obviously with football, again, it will be the same thing. So without further ado, so this is the first game where I'm going to be testing out the XbotGo. First basketball game, got it set up. For the Warwick study. Stay tuned and we'll just see how it does. Yeah. As you can see, I had it set up. There was times where it, lost tracking. It just completely went to the other side of the court and no one was there, and I couldn't understand why it did this because there's no action happening there at all, but it did. I'm guessing that's sort of a bug that will be rectified in coding somewhere later down in the line. It did track the game pretty much well. I think there was another instance where it again was looking at where there wasn't any action at all, and I was kind of confused as to why it did that. But like that instance there where it sort of tracked the ball went in play, it went to track the action, and then it tracked the ball hasn't gone into play, which is good, and I like that. So this was the example I was on about just a little bit before. So you can see the ref inbounds the ball, and it's sort of, I guess it's looking at the ball, but now it's lost the ball and it's lost the action and it can't figure out what's going on. I did have someone with the remote to obviously keep a track and keep a lookout, but they were more focused on the game, which I can't blame them. I could see that it wasn't watching. I was trying to get their attention and I couldn't. But it couldn't fathom, and I think that's another thing you should do. If it doesn't see any action, it should at least go back to the middle after a while, just to see if it sees any action on the other side of the court, because obviously now it's facing the side where there isn't any action, and the tracking doesn't know what to do until obviously there is some movement. Luckily enough, it wasn't our side, so it was our defense that it didn't capture. It captured the offensive side, which is good because it's our offense. But we would have liked to see the defense. I think at this point in time there was a foul, and as you can see, as everyone come back to this side, it sort of picked up the action that everyone's run back, and I think it realized then that maybe the action was on the other side, and it tried to turn back, but because everyone's come back this side, it's carried on tracking properly. So that was the only little flaws with it. Again, another game, let me see, it tracked quite well. Let's have a look what's going on here. Yeah, so this part here where it's just the tracking, sometimes it loses itself. It doesn't know what to do. I guess it just gets confused. But 9 times out of 10, it's good. It does well. It does its thing. Here's another instance where the tracking loses the ball. It's more tracking the action. We can't see any ball action at the moment, and I think it should at least be able to see the ball, or at least see half of the court. But overall, I'm not going to knock it. I think it done a pretty much good job. Damn, that was nasty. I'm not going to knock it. Another example of a fast break here. It caught it well. Oof, that dunk there was absolutely nasty. It caught the fast break quite well, and I think again it thought maybe another fast break was going back the other side, and it's lost the ball action. But again, it's our defense now that's catching after it's caught our offense. Luckily enough, like I said, as the ball comes back into action, it picks it up pretty much straight away. Overall, I think the Chameleon did very well. I'm not gonna knock it. It's a good entry level AI cameraman that, you know, tracks your games. Like I said, I've bought this for our games. I turn over there, and yeah, quickly tracks the action backwards, which is good. So I bought this to use obviously for our basketball games. I'm also going to try and use it for my little brother's football games as well, if I can, and I'll try and do a review with that if I get a chance to see how it tracks on the football. At the moment, obviously I got it for basketball and it works pretty well. I'm not going to knock it. I am going to continue using it, and I do like the product. I think it's brilliant for the price you get for it as well. There's not a lot of complaints, and there's a lot of improvements that can get done in terms of, you know, updates and the coding and stuff to improve it, and there will be going forward. But overall, I think it's a good product. Any questions that you have about the product, do feel free to hit me up on all my socials. I will try and get back to you with as much knowledge as I can. But this was my user experience on it, and I hope I've sort of explained as much as I can. I know there will be other reviews on it that will probably go into depth in terms of specifications and stuff. I'm not going to do that. I just thought my user experience. I'm someone that's, you know, in the UK that's used it. I don't think anyone in the UK has got it yet. There might be, but I haven't seen any reviews out there yet. But, you know, I liked it. I've got it and it works pretty well. I was going to say as well, I don't know if I've mentioned it, I think there was a lot of reviews of people not receiving their products or waiting months and months for their orders and stuff. I haven't had that experience, so I'm sorry to everyone that has. I can only go off my own user experience, and I haven't had experience. It's been great. I got it within 2 weeks of ordering. I did get the email as well to say that it was going to be delayed, but it wasn't delayed at all. I got it within, I'd say, the 6 to 10 business working days that it offers on the website. But yeah, overall good. Any questions you do have, do hit me up. AshOnCam on Facebook, AshOnCam on Instagram. Everywhere is AshOnCam, to be fair. I will try and respond as best as possible. Do like, comment and subscribe, please. And yeah, hopefully if I have any more reviews to do on the XbotGo Chameleon Go 2, I will do. Thank you very much. Anything that I've missed, let me know and I'll do it again.